I'm John Gibb. I'd like to welcome you to Drumsally Hatchery. It's a wild restocking hatchery belonging to the River Lochy, and it's also a live gene bank. So I've been involved in the rehabilitation of salmon rivers on the west coast of Scotland for the best part of 25 years now. Throughout that time we've seen the fish farm industry expand along with other industries. We've also seen a rapidly declining wild salmon stock. So a lot of my work has been involved in the rehabilitation of that wild stock, and a lot of that has been using the hatchery here at Drumsally. What we're embarking on now is an exciting new project using a method never used in Scotland before, and this is where we're going to trap smolts going to sea, 99% of which will die anyway. We're going to use that doom majority, as we call them, and we're going to rear adult salmon in sea cages at Loch at a site belonging to Maui. Maui are going to grow those fish for us to adult salmon. We're then going to release those adult salmon on the spawning redds. So these will be on tributaries that have no adult salmon spawning on them. We're going to place indigenous wild fish there and hope that they spawn and create their own redds. This will then boost the numbers of juvenile salmon, even if nature is not providing those wild fish returning from the sea. We've now trapped the first of these fish for the project, so let's go and have a look and see what I mean. So what we've got here is some of the wild smolts that we've trapped from the River Lochy. Now, these fish are currently sitting at around 25-30 grams. We'll be transferring these fish over the coming summer to sea cages at the Maui farm at Loch Islet. They'll hang on to them for 18 months, and over that time these fish that we're looking at now will be grown to adult salmon of around 5 to 6 kilos. So we'll then take those fish back into the hatchery here, and we will keep them until the late autumn, so the normal spawning time for wild salmon. We'll fly tag them so they're all individually marked, and then we will take each salmon and place it into the spawning burns where it came from. All hatchery interventions throughout the salmon management world up until this point have been about growing juvenile fish and stocking those juvenile fish into rivers. There's a certain degree of science now which indicates to us that in some situations is not advisable, simply because we are actually domesticating the fish that we're putting into the wild. In other words, you're not producing streetwise fish the way nature can. The reason that we're really excited about this new approach, and it is a totally new approach in Scotland, never been tried before, is instead of stocking juvenile fish, what we're doing is growing adult salmon and putting them into the spawning burns. What it means is we're allowing nature to make the decisions rather than us playing God in a hatchery. So for example, we let the fish decide which fish crosses with which fish, in other words their mate choice. And also, equally importantly, the juvenile fish that are created as a result of these pairings start their very lives as eggs in the gravel and the rest of their lives in nature and not in a hatchery environment. We're very, very excited about this new approach, and we really hope that it can be one of the elements of saving the future of the wild Atlantic salmon.